Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I'm so glad I'm here with you guys today. I can't wait to tell you a little bit more about what I've been reading about. I know that I'm a little late to the show on this one, but Gar Saxon has been revealed in a full article. I'm so glad that they are doing articles again. Atomic Mass Games is finally starting to do some articles, and it just makes it so good. Now, this was actually going to be the last reveal of Atomic Mass Games on the Shadow Collective, I would assume, because there's no other units in the Shadow Collective to be revealed. And so, unless they're going to reveal what cards come in or a little bit about the A5, I don't think there'll be another article until they start revealing the rules of Shadow Collective. And so, I'm excited for this. This has been a great little go. And so today we're going to take a look at Gar Saxon. Now, Saxon is a really cool commander. I was hoping to see him kind of maybe not pigeonhole into the Shadow Collective and maybe be an Empire guy too, so that we could see later the Mando Super Commandos for the Empire. I love that kind of white look they had, but let's get right into the article. So we got a picture here of Gar Saxon. They did a really cool paint job without the helmet there. I think I'm going to do the helmet when I do mine because I think the helmet looks really cool, and I will not be doing the sniper rifle. I don't see that as his main fig configuration, and so I'm probably not going to do that. I love the way he looks with the helmet with the card there. So there's always a quote, so I might as well read that. Don't question strategy. We ensure success. And so Gar Saxon served as a commander in the Shadow Collective during the Clone Wars. He led the Mandalorian Super Commandos, and he was later Viceroy of Mandalore under the Imperials. Now think about that for a second. It's just telling us they're going to put him in as an Imperial at some point. And so why not get the card dual right now? That would make it so much more. He was noted for his brutal methods. He's ruthlessly served Maul throughout the rise in power and would go on to play a pivotal role in the conflict with the Clan Ren. Join us in this installment from Scenes to Stats, where we'll look at Gar Saxon's militant commando in Star Wars Legion. Well, there's his card. We'll come back to that. We'll look at that as we look at all of them. It's got a lot of good information here, and I really encourage you to go and read the article yourself. I'm not going to read the whole thing for you because it's good and worthwhile for you guys to find this stuff and read it. It's on the Atomic Mass Games site, and you can see there's all the other articles. They just scroll down, and so let's take a quick look at the other cards and stuff. So here we are. We got a full layout of all the cards, and we've got Gar Saxon's card. Let's take a quick look at Gar Saxon because I think that's cool today. You can see that he is a Mandalorian Super Commando or Mandalorian Maulolorian. He's got those two gray circles. We don't know a lot about those gray circles yet, but it has something to do with not being able to go into other units probably. I can't wait to see the rules. And then you go right over. He's one mini because he is one mini. He's got 2 training slots. He's got a comm slot. He's got 2 equipment slot and 2 arsenal slot. Now this, when I look at this card, this is how I think they should have redid Boba Fett. I really think they should have done something like this with Boba Fett and allow him to take weapons, much like you'll see in a second when we go up and look at the weapons a little closer up top. But I really think this is the way they should have did it. He has 2 reds for up close fighting, a red, a black, and a white, and Pierce 1 at range 1 to 2. He jumped 2 allies of convenience. This allows him to add an extra mercenary of any rank and be able to order them regardless of affiliation. This is going to be kind of cool. But to truly understand what this really means, we kind of need to know the rest of the rules. But I can make a lot of guesses. He has 5 health, which is okay. He's got a red defense. He surges to block and he surges to crit, which is good. Only 2 courage value. He's compel, which is handy. He's impervious, which when he's attacking against a pool with Pierce, he rolls an extra dice. And that's just like every other Mando. So they're a bit better. Pierce, and then he's got Sharpshooter 1. So one of the things I did notice on here, though, is he does not have Arsenal 2. So although he can take other guns, he can only use one of them at a time. As I said, this is how Boba Fett should have been done, with 2 gun slots, and he can use them rather than all his command cards be his weapons. And so I think they've thought this through a little bit better than Boba Fett, and I would like to see them redo Boba Fett this way. And I'm sure they will when they make the new Boba Fett. But I'd like to see the old Boba Fett get a new card as well, just so that, well, we already know he's getting a new card, but I'd like to see him get new command cards. So that's just something I would like to see. Now let's take a closer look at these weapons. The first one, we're going to go from left to right, and the first one here is a sniper gun. So you can take a sniper gun. It's a range 1 to 4. It's a red, black, and a white. It's high velocity, lethal. So if you spend a aim, you can get a pierce. It's got long shot. So you spend another aim, you can get an extra range. You can go 1 to 5. So it can be a true sniper in the essence of the sniper. So three at red, white, black. That's a pretty decent sniper. Pierce 1 if you have lethal. So if you spend, so you're going to want aims. You're going to want 2 aims every turn. But we'll get back to that if you're going to run that. And that is 15 points. And then for 10 points, which I think you would be ridiculous not to do, because this is a really good gun, actually. Well, not a gun, it's a rocket. We got Saxon Z3X jetpack rocket. It's probably the best jetpack rocket in the game right now. I would like to see Boba's come better. I would like to see the Marshal have it, stuff like that. I would also like to see Boba with his knee rockets, because that's kind of cool. Okay, so it's got blast, which ignores covers. It's got cycle, so if you don't use it, you can use it again next turn. So you don't have to spend a recovery. You can recover it right away by doing a recovery. But this is a good one to have, and complements the gun he already has really well, because it's got that range 3. It's got impact 2, which gives you, converts 2 of your hits to crits after dice modification. But I think this is a decent, I didn't notice cycle at first, but that makes it even better. Cycle and 3 red. That's good. That's going to be pretty good production for 10 points. That's a decent gun. So reality with these 2, I'll talk about my build-outs later after I do this. And then the next one is Saxon ZX Flame Projector. And this is, again, the way I think they should have done the flames for Boba Fett. And so he's got a white and a black. It is a one-time use. It is range 1 to close range. It's got blast and spray like every other thing, every other flamethrower, and suppressive 1. So basically you roll a white and black, and for every mini in the thing, you get a white and black. So if you're fighting a D1 unit with 7 minis, you're going to be rolling 7 black, 7 white. They're going to lose cover, and it's suppressive, which doesn't matter for B1s, but I was just using that as an example, which means really great. You don't have to spend a command card to do this, and so that is great. And so if we look over here, using the jetpack rocket and the flamethrower, I think for 15 points, which is the same as the sniper, and give up that 4 range and go with the mobility. He's got a 3 mobility, which is great. So those would be if I'm running that, I'd be running those as my 2 weapons. And then if you're thinking about like what type of things else you would run, you're going to want to run with those 2 trainings. You're going to run something that gives them an aim. So when you move, get an aim, which is really something easy to do with offensive push. You are going to maybe run it with Hunter. Just give them more aims, because you want 2 aims. Well, you only necessarily want 1 if you're not doing the sniper. You want 2 if you have the sniper. But I won't think I'd be running with sniper. I think I'd be running with the flames and the rockets, and then use my range 1 to 2 and aim between. I think it's a pretty decent combo. Now I want to take an even closer look. Let's take a closer look at the command cards, because I think that's a really big part of this. Those weapons are really good, and I think this guy's going to be built good, but the command cards are what really makes it even better. And when you look at your command cards, you can kind of see where you're going to go. Okay, so we're going to go right from left here. We're going to go from 1 to 3, and the 1 pip is marked for elimination. And so Gar Saxon, he gains 2 aims, which is good if you got that sniper rifle. You choose an enemy leader or a operative, and that unit gains 4 observation tokens and 2 suppression tokens. Wow, that's huge. Okay, so you're suppressing them, you're giving them 4 observation tokens, which means 4 dice rerolls. So that way you can use your 2 aims to do the things you want to do with that sniper rifle, like give it long range, and then you can use it for the pierce and just get the rerolls. And that gun only has 3, so you literally can reroll every dice until you get the dice that you want. That's huge if you're going to be using that sniper. That makes that sniper a little bit better. It is only Gar Saxon, and so the 2 pip, which is Gar Saxon and 2 troopers. Gar Saxon cannot issue an order beyond range 1, so they got to be close to him. Gar Saxon issues an order to a unit. The unit gains 1 dodge, which is good, token. Gar Saxon and each friendly special forces unit gains outmaneuver, which now allows them to spend that aim on crits. You can spend dodges on crits. Well, that's what it does. So you really want to do this with the Mandalorians, because those are those special forces. So you get 2 Mandalorian units and Gar Saxon. They all gain outmaneuver, and the special forces units gain a dodge. And so when Gar Saxon issues an order to a unit, that unit gains anybody. So if he issues it himself, obviously he gains a dodge too. So there's 3 dodges going out. Not a bad 2 pip. It gives you more survivability. It makes them, not have to worry about grabbing that dodge. The 3 pip. The 3 pip is victory or death. When Gar Saxon's issued an order to a unit, that unit gains an aim token. Gar Saxon and each friendly unit gain outmaneuver, and you can spend it too. So outmaneuver and the aim doesn't synergize as well, but then if you can take the dodge with their actions instead of the aim. Now, it might really synergize. Actually, let me quickly look at the Mandalorian. They have independent aim, and they have defense. So when you're giving them an order, they're already getting a dodge. So when you give them an order there, they're getting 2 dodges for the 2 pip. And when they're getting a order in the victories, they're getting that dodge. Their independence aim. So if you don't give them an order, they get an aim. So they already have those dodges. So that's why those are important, and you get the aims. So that 3 pip's actually pretty good because it gives Gar Saxon and the 2 Mandalorian Super Commandos who are getting, because you give them, they're getting a dodge. So it gives them outmaneuver. So that is pretty good synergy, actually. And so that's about all we have on Gar Saxon. And so we have a great article there. And Gar Saxon seems like a great leader. Only 2 courage, which I would like to have had 3, just to buff that courage window for all those guys, because they don't seem to have a lot of courage. But all in all, decent unit. And he's only 105 points, which for 105 points, I would say he's a bit better than Sabine. But Sabine can be better. But I see that right there. It's a kind of a sweet spot. Well, that's about all for this video, guys. Thank you for watching this long. And if you are still here, why don't you take the time to like and subscribe? I really appreciate that. It helps me get out to more people. And then we can really share our love for Star Wars Legion. Have a great day, and may the Force be with you.